Richard Okenye in the building, and basically what we want to talk about is, digital strategies for SMEs. Now, let's begin with you talking to us about, the overview of your experience in developing digital content strategies for SMEs. Very important thing. Before you do anything, you need to have a plan, a blueprint. A strategy has got to be there. So talk to us about your experience so we can delve deep into how we can make the most of your experience.
All right. So I think I'll begin with when I had my own SME, if I can label it like that.
Yes.
Back in campus, I was just a young person, also trying to figure out my way out in this economic space. I had my own startup, which means from the word go, I had to think about how to get my word to the people.
Right.
And then, eventually getting to have conversations with other people in business and learning which spaces you market yourself. And the good thing is now I was coming at a time when, the digital landscape was expanding immensely. So you have to think about who your customers are, where they are, and those are the things that I had to imagine from the very beginning. Who am I talking to? Where am I talking to them at? And that was the experience of refining that message, knowing that response from them, and then reiterating or iterating my social media approach or my digital presence approach. Eventually, this has expanded to a lot of other SMEs. Thinking on how I can help them leverage even offline spaces to drive traffic to their online presence.
And that's very important.
Yes.
So it's very, very important.
It's getting into the spaces that we can get to channel this traffic onto our online platforms or in places where we have a digital reach so that we are constantly getting this word out. So that's been the kind of approach and the journey.
Very important. And of course, when you walk into a client and you give them that presentation, they're sold. They are very sold. But now the question is, I want to make sales. I want to have, my presence on social media. I want to create a good relationship and rapport with my clients. What do you think is the key thing that a client, an SME, has to have at the back of their head starting, this digital journey?
I think one thing that, which also begins from, to begin from the negative side. The thing that is always ignored is who are you talking to? So the buyer's persona. And I think this is what I always tell a business that I'm trying to get them into a digital marketing strategy or a digital content strategy is you need to understand who you're talking to. So what is their persona? What are their interests? And what is their online behavior? Online behavior is very important. And I think our social space in Kenya has shown us that the online behavior of someone on Twitter and the online behavior of someone on Instagram and on Facebook are different. And this is something that you must always have, always, even if you change your strategy into the future, the persona of the buyer is the key component. And then there's the content pillars. There's a lot that you can put out on the digital space.
True.
You could do funny videos today, you could do serious content tomorrow, but for you to always stay within your brand values and the proposition that you're giving to your buyer, you need to have something we call a content pillar. Content pillar is sort of the umbrella term for the themes that are resonating with your values and the expertise that you have. So you can't be selling shoes and you're giving advice on, let's say, weight management or weight loss. So these content pillars will help you guide yourself in the content that you're putting out to also still resonate within the buyer's persona or the people that you want to be buying from you as an SME.
All right.
So those two are very key.
Very, very important. Very, very key. So